Everybody, thanks for sticking around. Coming up now is going to be Harshy ESC and Sam with Scooby-Doo Unmasked. Let's hear it for them and go ahead and take it away.
Alright, thanks for having me. Hey, my name is Harsh. I speedrun a variety of Scooby-Doo games on the internet and a couple other platformers. This is Scooby-Doo Unmasked. This is a 3D platformer developed by Behavioral Interactive. There's quite a lot of glitches and quite a lot of skips in this game, so I think it'll be a really fun run. So we're gonna start the timer once I create the save file, and the timer will start when I click OK. So on a count of 3, 2, 1, we can start the timer now. So let's just dive in. So we got a bunch of load screens first off to start off. So while we're beginning, I'm going to start explaining the story of the game. So the story of the game is essentially Fred's cousin Jed invited the gang to this movie special effects studio, and when they arrive, Jed just suddenly goes missing, and the gang has to find Fred's cousin. So yeah, rolling is the fastest way to move in this game. Unfortunately, we're getting a little bit of lag.
FM is always laggy on MU.
It's not this laggy, usually.
I'm Sam. I'm going to help commentate. So yeah, currently playing Scooby-Doo Unmasked on emulator. Unfortunately, this game has spotty emulation, but it's mostly okay. It's just that a lot of things are happening right now, and it's making the game a bit laggy. It's probably going to stop after MSN.
Oh yeah. So the first thing we got there was a clue. Clues are basically how you progress through the game. They usually unlock doors or areas or side things. We're not going to be seeing their use for a while, but for now, this is a very jank 3D platformer, so this is one of those games where you can just walk off the edge of everything and just you can barely make jumps. There are collectibles here called Mupper. It's basically this soy-based product that the studio uses to make their monster special effects, and we have to grind Mupper later in the game. And we got there was food. Food is just our health. And now that we're here, so what happened in the cutscene is Velma is stuck there because rats are attacking her. But rather than helping Velma, we're going to completely skip that. We're going to do our first glitch. There is a collision on this wall that you can hit. It's a lot easier when it's not done in slow motion, though. There we go. And slam. There we go. Picking up our second food item. And now we're going to turn the run into... now we're going to turn the food into Shaggy, so we can just get the extra medallion. It's more of a safety thing. But this is only the beginning of what's to come. Anyway, that's the first stage done. That's MFM, or Monsters, Fright, and Magic. I'm gonna let Sam take over the commentary for the next level. It's Chinatown.
So there's 3 worlds in this game. The first one is Shuddery Showdown in Chinatown. Now there's usually 3 levels in each world, and you can access each level, including the 4th boss level, in each other world. So what Harsh is going to do is he's just going to skip straight to the boss. Now how you do that is first of all, you have to collect this thing called a token. Now, you use a token to get costumes for this in this game. So Scooby can turn into a kung fu master with this token, and then he can do some very seemingly random things to make him launch into the air and go straight to the boss. Now, this may seem random, but it's really just a programming error with the Kung Fu suit's collision. So what you do is that you go out of the area that you get the costume in, and you grab a ledge and you jump on a trampoline, and that messes with the Kung Fu costumes collision, and then you can get completely thrown into the air by NPCs.
So we're gonna try this sign jump skip. So those UV lights, if we try to walk through them, they will get rid of the costume. So we're gonna use the sign to jump over the lights. I jumped too early there.
It's like an invisible wall that's along those guardrails, and you can jump on top of it. Fortunately, the game's not being cooperative.
Yeah, and slow motion also doesn't help.
Adjust your camera angle a bit.
Ah, dang. Yeah, this will take us a little bit to get, but that's okay.
While we're trying to get this trick, can I go ahead and talk about our sponsor? Or not our sponsor, but our...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks so much. I can't speak right now. Anyway, but yes, we're here to help out Heartland Animal Shelter. They were founded in 2002 to help alleviate unnecessary euthanasia of animals in the Chicagoland area. They rescue pets from various situations, and they provide medical care, emotional support, and behavioral help to them all. They save the most at-risk animals from the Chicagoland area, but they also partner with 11 other states throughout the country, and they don't ever judge an animal based on its breed, age, or medical concern, but only on the content of their character. In 2020, they saved almost 1,000 animals and found homes for more than 1,000 dogs and cats. They're looking forward to saving even more lives in 2021.
Yeah, so Harsh, adjust your angle a bit to reduce the lag, like your camera angle.
This usually works. There we go. Took a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to enter the weird part of this trick, because this is where it gets very random. So we're going to jump on this trampoline. What the trampoline's going to let us do is we're going to store that jump, and then we're going to... I tried to grab onto that ledge there, but that's okay. There's a different ledge we can do. Okay, now it seems to be going normal. So after we grab onto the ledge, we're gonna go talk to our good buddy Shaggy, and he's gonna launch us in the air. So all that stuff we were doing with like storing the trampoline and pushing against the ledge, lets Shaggy let's phase us. And as you'll soon see, the effects of the trampoline will allow us to skyrocket in the air. And we're going to wait for a little bit. And we're going to get to a certain part of the map. Because the way progression works in this game is that you just enter the level triggers to get through. To progress. And at the end of each stage, there's a boss. So our first boss here is the dragon. He is... It's a very long fight. We have to do a lot of like mubber farming first off to... get the Kung Fu costume. Then after that, we have a series of just like launching Kamehamehas for you Dragon Ball fans out there at him. Okay, so now we're going to try to get into position. We gotta basically just wait for the dragon, and then we're gonna launch our Dragon Balls at him. And this will take about 13 hits. And he moves in like certain patterns, so like right here he's gonna go like by the trap door, so because he's going by the trap door, I can nail a hit on him twice. and now he's going to a different part of the map. Sometimes he can like just kind of chill in the corner there, so we'll get you can potentially get 4 hits, but unfortunately he moved quickly, so I didn't get the hit. Oh, the guy in the background is voiced by Cosmo and Jordan Bonstrangle from Fairly Odd Parents. Fun fact.
We have a second for me to read off a donation?
Oh yeah, if you have any donations to read off, go right ahead.
Alrighty, we have a $10 anonymous donation reading Save the Animals. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now we've entered the last couple phases. This phase, he starts getting the UV lights. And here we have to be careful, because if he zooms in on us while we're trying to attack him, he does get rid of our costume, and we have to reset the costume. It's not too bad once he's, like, you know, if he's just waving around, but it can waste time if he decides to go to a different area. Yeah, just a couple more hits, and he'll be down. And he's gonna go in the corner. Perfect. That is Dragon down. So, I'm gonna let Sam explain the next world.
So, with much like with the first world, we're going to skip the second world. We do it in much the same fashion. We're going to get the second token of the game, the bat costume. It just allows Scooby to float. And what we're going to do is that we're just going to float into the second boss's room very casually. Now, to be careful with this on Emu because it can be particularly laggy. Adjust your camera angle, Harsh.
I think we should be able to get it. It's just, you need to extend your jump to get that ledge. Okay, so now we're going to turn the camera here. So we're going to try to jump on this part of the, and cool, we got the token first try. Much like the last world, we're gonna completely skip all the levels you normally have to play in this. There's like a circus, a water slide, and what's the other one?
It's a haunted house ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what Harsh is going to do, he's going to abuse this mechanic. So if you like go in for a glide next to a slanted wall, then Scooby can float without one of those fans. And it's very useful because that happens to be on the room, well, on the building that holds the load zone for the Guitar Ghoul boss fight.
Okay, and what we're gonna do here is we're setting up for a trick. Fortunately, game's not cooperating. But kind of like the other trick we did in the other world, we're kind of just trying to float in the air and enter like the lid zone for the boss.
Try and use D-pad.
It usually works with stick, but I'll try the D-pad afterward, I guess. There. Oh. There. Aw. There we go. Okay, so we get wedged in the corner here, and we're just kind of like wiggling the stick left and right, and waiting for Scooby to get in this little like animation state, and we can jump into the level trigger like that. Fortunately, I don't know quite where I am. Oh, there we go. Jumping into this part. Awesome. Alright, second boss, Guitar Ghoul. This is every Scooby-Doo Unmasked runner's favorite boss because it is RNG. Oh boy. So there is a bit of a setup, so you can like hit these spiders against him and get some setup time for him. He takes 3 hits. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get a spider hit on him during his transition, so I didn't like get the early mirror broken, so it's gonna take a little longer to hit him. But yeah, he just launches a bunch of like sonic wave attacks. He shoots lightning at you, and you just have to just hit spiders at him. You have anything else to add, Sam, or?
I would. So there are technically like ways to manip him, but they're not particularly ironclad. So you can sometimes end up in this third phase. I ended up having to reset an entire run because no more spiders spawned. It was a very fun time.
Yeah, if you have any like donation reads, you can feel free because this is probably going to take a little bit.
Alrighty, we actually do have a new donation. Immuno donated $20 and said, "Unmasked hype for the animals." Thank you so much, Immuno. And I just wanted to say while I'm here that we are here to raise money for the Heartland Animal Shelter. You can type !donate to get the donation link, where you can donate as much as you'd like. As long as your message is family friendly, you'll even hear it read on stream. If you need another reason to donate, they are a 501c3 organization, so you can write the amount off on your taxes. No matter what, though, we appreciate y'all for being here to support this wonderful charity.
Great. Okay, so you kind of went in a little loop there where we didn't get any spiders. Sometimes that can happen, unfortunately. This is kind of where a lot of runners tend to lose time, and a lot of where the resets come from. But we're almost done with them. We just have to wait for him to like stop shooting lightning, so we can just hit him with spiders, and he can just go down like that. Awesome. Alright, so that's the third world down. So if you notice the trend with this game, we've completely skipped the entirety of the first two worlds. So that means this trend is going to continue in this third world, right, Sam?
Oh yeah, that notable world free skip that totally has been found. There's no world free skip. We have to play all the levels in world free. So we have to go through a museum, so you have to go through a sea exhibit, you have to go through a dinosaur exhibit and a medieval exhibit. Mm-hmm. And it all happens to be some of the most frustrating levels in the game to speedrun, so...
But it's not a bad thing. The first level's pretty chill, though, and I kind of like it. This is Jurassic Park, basically. I'm going to let Sam explain some stuff, because we're basically grinding Mubber, if you want to go into that.
Yes. So you have to... So Mubber is sort of the currency to pay for machines to give you costumes within levels. So... Harsh is going to be bouncing on some pterodactyl heads or rolling into them to get Mubber, and then he's going to roll into a monster spawning machine to get even more Mubber. And then I think you only need 100 in this level, so the Mubber collection really isn't really that stressful.
Okay, so we're going to get these pterodactyls because they've got juicy Mubber for us. So this is the thing they're using to make all these like monsters and stuff. And apparently the museum imported these soy-based things for their showcase, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, so this is going to be our jackpot of where most of our grinding comes. So we're going to just attack this machine because this will give us the 100 we need after we kill the pterodactyl. 97, close enough. So that means we'll just have to kill an enemy afterward. Yeah, if you got any like donation readings, this would also be a pretty good time.
Man, your run has been amazing for donations. We got another one from Faffy, $10. Caveman, please be nice. Let's help the animals. The animals indeed. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thanks, Faffy. Oh yeah, Caveman, we'll be getting into him soon. He's quite a ride, we'll say. He's quite the charmer in this game.
Yeah, this level, it really isn't very skippy. It's pretty much a very casual way to play the game. The other 2 levels in this world are very skippy though, so if you like glitches, then you will love the next 2 levels.
Ooh, got hit, but luckily we didn't fall down. And saved by the ledge grab. Awesome. Okay, so everyone say hi to Shaggy. Okay, bye Shaggy. This is why we collected all this rubber, so that we can just fly. We got the bat costume in the other world. And this part is just basically, we're just floating across the world. You get a nice little scenic view of, like, the volcanoes, and there's also, like, snow falling for some reason. I don't really get it. I guess because they're trying to sell, like, the Ice Age, knock down the dinosaurs. Okay, so we're getting clues. I'm actually gonna wait for that HiG to go. These clues will be useful at the end, because at the end we need to collect enough clues to solve the mystery of the world, and solving the mystery is what lets us fight each boss. Unlike the other 2 worlds where we just completely skipped all 3 of the levels, thus not needing to talk to Velma or solve the mystery, this level does require us to get these clues to solve the mystery. Until a World 3 skip gets discovered. We're hopeful. Okay, that's the last clue. That's the bone. Now we're gonna bounce off this turtle here. There is actually like a little bit of a faster method you could do to get to that ice cove over there. But normally you have to climb the mountain and then just float to it. And this part here is basically an auto-scroller. We're just dodging like pterodactyls breathing fire at us, and we're just following the arrows. So if you have any donations to read, this would be a prime opportunity.
Alrighty, unfortunately nobody's gotten any more donations in, but that's not a huge issue because we can talk a little bit about us. We are Horror-able Games. We are here to help out different charities. This time it is Heartland Animal Shelter, but before we had done, I believe it was Child's Play. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are doing a movie night every Saturday on our Discord. We're currently watching through the Annabelle movies. If you'd like to participate, do !Discord and join in there. We are planning... Oh, nope, that one is out of date. Okay, thank you so much.
Alright, that's the last of that section. So that's a dinosaur exhibit. That was pretty cool. Very long level, but the rest of them will be pretty quick. I'm gonna let Sam commentate Medieval.
So this is a very well-known rune killer because the tricks can be sometimes inconsistent and very rude. So first of all, Harsh is most likely going to go and get the Robin Hood token. This Robin Hood token is basically a necessity for completing the game because in the final boss you use all 3 costumes, and if you don't have all 3 of the tokens, then you can get soft locked. I mean, apart from the bat costume, but if you don't have the Robin Hood costume in the final boss, then you are soft locked. You can't progress. Now, you would actually usually use this Robin Hood token to shoot plungers, which are meant to be like arrows because it's a Robin Hood costume. You're meant to shoot these shields that are around the level, but Harsh can do something called Night Clip, where he clips them in that gate using a knight, and then he can get to the load zone for the next part of the level. And if that trick doesn't play ball, then there's a thing called Chimney Roll, where he rolls up that fireplace that he's next to, and he hits the button early.
Yo!
There we go.
Wow. That's nuts. Yeah, that trick is not very consistent most of the time, but it's so great we got it first try in the marathon.
Yeah, so these things here are called hooks. They're probably the worst mechanic in this game because, as you can see, they're not very consistent to use. So it's much easier to just skip them.
Okay, so now we're waiting for that streamer to go. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this level. It's pretty difficult on casual, mainly due to the hook mechanics, as Sam explained. But I like it personally because, like, more than the average person, because there's just so many, like, cool tricks you can do. For example, we have trampoline storage, if you'd like to go into that, Sam.
So if you're on a bouncy object, you can go on the part of the object that isn't bouncy, and then you can store an extra jump. And the idea here is that you store an extra jump so you can ledge grab if the game cooperates.
Oh yeah. It's a combination of lag that's a lag and slowdown that's making this a little more difficult than it needs to be, but yeah, we do this to basically skip hooks because nobody likes hooks in this game, so every opportunity we get to skip hooks, I will gladly do. Fortunately, this is one of the few times I actually have to wait for the hooks.
I mean, there is another trampoline storage you can do, but it's a lot more difficult to do.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and now here is going to be one of the coolest tricks. We just slide in the air, and Skibby can just float up. So when you slide in this game, like, after like you stop, like the game thinks you're standing on a platform, and because of that, we can just like stand in the air and use that to get an extra jump in. And just go. So yeah, we need a little bit of mupper for the machine here. And there's yet another skip we can do where we're basically just punching through this wall. A combination of just like spamming the kick button and jumping, because otherwise you have to fight a bunch of like enemies to get through it. But yeah, that is medieval. Now we're gonna go to the second to last level we play, I guess, but final like level we play in this stage. And as usual, we just spam A.
Harsh is going to do Robin Hoodless, I think. So
Yep.
Usually you would use the Robin Hood costume in this level to progress through the first part, but it's been found to be quicker to just skip using that costume. So Harsh is going to do a series of jumps to get to the submarine where the next part of the level is early, and he's going to. It's a very cool looking trick, I think. Well, series of tricks.
First off, we're gonna get past this turtle part. Yes, we got a first try. that trick usually gives me a bit of trouble. Then we're gonna slam to get onto this jellyfish and extend our. Oh, rip. We just had a fail there.
That jellyfish without using the pipe. You don't get that camera angle thing either.
There. Oh, I timed it too late. You do have to time your jumps on this turtle, otherwise I'll just like go back. Probably will take me a couple attempts, but not a big deal. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna jump from this platform to the other one, again using the same tech with like this extended slam. Fortunately I didn't get enough height there. There we go. Perfect. Oh, so I was supposed to jump on a leaf there to skip a cutscene, but because I didn't make the trigger, now there's like spiders and stuff on these, on these leaves. And dying in a stage actually resets you all the way back to the beginning, unfortunately. There we go.
We have a moment for a quick donation.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Alrighty, we have Chicklet90 donating $20. Their comment being, no comment. Thank you so much.
Okay. Aw, barely missing these jumps. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're gonna grab a safety snack here, and now we're gonna do the main part of Robin Hood list. This skip was actually found pretty recently, so shoutouts to the community for, like, you know, continuing to find, like, new skips even to this day. So what we're doing here is, like, a combination of, like, using the roll attack and the jump to climb a wall. And then we're gonna climb this side here. Now, fortunately, we can't quite skip all of it, because we do have to jump down to this pipe here, because it's the only way the clue spawns. Now we're going to do a quick double jump. There we go. I got the little bounce off the tentacle, which is nice. And that is the final clue we need to complete the stage. Okay.
Now, here's my favorite part of an aquarium exhibit in a museum, the part where you fly in a plane and shoot blimps.
Oh yeah, much like the one in the dinosaur level, this is yet another auto-scrolly bits. So yeah, if there's anything you'd like to say, or any donations to read off, like, this is also a good time.
I just want to say that it is great time. Coming up next is going to be Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights race between Estani and TFX Mortal. So can we get a hype in chat for the impromptu Scooby-Doo block?
Heck yeah. Scooby hype!
Scooby hype.
Okay. Well, this is the last boring part of the run. Now we have the final part of the Undersea. And for some reason you automatically get turned into the Robin Hood costume. Guess that's their way of doing, like, a fail-safe measure. So we're gonna climb on the top of this pipe here.
I think you're actually technically the Robin Hood costume in the plane. That's why you can shoot plungers.
Oh. That would actually make sense. So we're gonna shoot the third eye here, and then do a timed double jump to get onto this tentacle, so we can skip having to hit all 4 arrows. And yeah, now we rescue Fred and Daphne, who are in the cage. And now we get to go to Caveman, the best boss fight in the game.
Now this boss battle is basically just 100% RNG. So the idea is that you're hitting this caveman who's in a UFO. In fact, you're both in UFOs, and you hit him against electricity to deplete his health. And the idea is that you have different power-ups so that you can hit him with, and the most OP power-up is a laser that hones in attacks on him. And the boss battle can take a very long time if you don't get a lot of lasers.
Okay. So now we're going to climb the planetarium section of the stage to get to the caveman. I always thought this part was pretty cool. Like a lead up. Though it's kind of random, like, when you look at it and think, okay, space and caveman. Huh, something just doesn't fit here. Okay, so caveman, this fight is basically a 3D version of Pong. You're kind of like in this, like, sumo kind of match with them, where you just have to, like, ram them against the electricity. Sometimes there's, like, little power-ups you can get, like, there's, like, lasers you can shoot, there's, like, mines you can set up that he can land on, and they all do damage to him. The goal is just to basically get his, like, HP down, and there's a couple phases. So this is another part of the run where RNG can definitely make a impact on your run, because of either you don't get the laser, you don't get enough lasers, or the caveman just, you know, spins all over the place. Sometimes he can be an idiot and just like ram into the electricity, and you know, it's not a bad thing there either, because he'll you know, it makes it less of a hassle for us. Anything you want to say, Sam, about this fight?
Only except you can get loads of lasers and things, but if you get no force fields, then you're likely to die.
Oh yeah.
Because the boss battle's just me.
Yeah, and the force fields are what help you, you know, prevent damage from like the electricity. And wow, we are not getting lucky with Caveman today. He's got to land on one of these mines so that I can get him. Okay. Oh, and you can also run into your own mines and like damage yourself. It's kind of dumb. So yeah, mines are like probably the least useful aspect of it. Okay, we got a deep freeze. This basically just like locks him into place so we can shoot him, and we gotta finish it off with a nice laser. Alright, so we went through 3 different worlds, and what happened was, in the story context, we basically went on a wild goose chase. And turns out Fred's cousin Jed was back at the Monstrous Fright and Magic this whole time. So now we gotta go find him. Yeah, this is basically like mostly a copy and paste of the first level, but with more ninjas and electricity. And there's some cool skips here that we'll get into soon. Sam, if you'd like to take it from here.
So, Harsh is going to do a skip that skips hooks. So what he's going to do first, he's going to dress up as a kung fu artist. And then he's going to despawn some UV lights just by moving the camera ever so slightly. And then eventually he's going to scale up a wall and get to the end of the level to get through some interesting lag first.
Oh, I've never seen this camera angle before. It's kind of interesting.
Because it could be fixed.
Oh, and this game also has a little like effect where like if you just do a couple attacks in succession, like sometimes Scooby will just like do a cinematic like slow motion attack. It's bad for runs, but it's kind of cool like casually. So yeah, we're gonna despawn a light here because for some reason just standing here despawns the middle light. And cool. We can get through this entire stage with a ninja costume.
There's only one set of UV lights that you can't skip, but on the bright side there's another costume machine you can use.
Not bad. Okay, and this is the final ish, you know, area of this stage. We're gonna wrap up our marble collection here because we are gonna lose our costume in a little bit, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to make it up by, you know, but conveniently for us, they left us a machine here so we can get our ninja costume back. Okay, and you've seen so many different cool skips in this game so far. We're gonna end it off on a high note with yet another one. Sam would like to explain this.
So, as a kung fu costume, you can scale up this wall, and you can skip the last sets of UV lights and this door that's blocked by a button that you need to press. Go through a load of hooks. Not particularly a nice part of the level to do because hooks are dumb, to put it nicely.
Mm-hmm. And this is the last part. We just have to kill the enemies with our ninja costume. So that fish guy there, That's actually Jed. Turns out he was trapped in a mubber suit this whole time. And now we're gonna catch the culprits. So this is our final boss battle of the game. We're fighting a gigantic pterodactyl. So you actually do need to collect like the Robin Hood costume in order to progress, because otherwise you cannot defeat this boss. So we're gonna be shooting arrows in his face, in his little beak. And he's gonna be breathing fire down our neck. Fortunately, he's not cooperating. You do have to hit him at a certain, like, angle, and sometimes he'll just take a little while to spawn. There we go. Oh, we didn't get a hit there? That's definitely, interesting. And one more hit, and we'll be able to move on to Phase 2. Okay, so that's Phase 1. Shooting arrows. Now we have Phase 2, which is auto-scroller number 3! This game just loves this mechanic for some reason with the bat guy. The dinosaur just breathes fire at you, and occasionally the game will just show arrows for you to follow. And yeah. This is another, this will probably be the last opportunity you have for, like, any kind of donation readings or, like, any, good, you know, like, messages you want to say.
Alright, thank you so much. So right now we do, in fact, have a language choice up for Luigi's Mansion. Dutch is leading at $70, behind, leading Spanish, English, and French at $20, $20, and $5 respectively. So if you want to see Luigi's Mansion in a language other than Dutch, please go ahead and hit !donate and send your money to a great cause. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, this is, this part admittedly is pretty brain dead, but once we're past this part, we'll be entering the final phase. And the final phase actually has a bit of setup to it. I'll let Sam kind of take it.
So you can technically quick kill the third phase. So what Harsh is going to do, he's going to stand in a very particular place, and you can just spam attacks at him, and he should be able to be dead very quick.
Unfortunately, because my health, oh, we died. That's unlucky. Because of my health, it was a little harder to, get the stun lock in. But you can use the, in-between time when he's breathing fire to change into the costume. And sometimes you don't get the stun lock and he can just do his little beak attack. These rats are probably honestly more of the final boss than this pterodactyl, funnily enough, because they can just get in your way and just ruin everything. Okay. So, we're gonna try to get a couple more hits in. Okay, we're not risking it because we are low on health now. Aw, didn't quite get the hit on him. Let's actually try a different strat. We're gonna stun him first, and then we're gonna change to the costume so that we can have more health going into this. So this part can be difficult with 3 health. That's why I opted to do the 4 health route, because this makes it a little more bearable. Because basically you have to tank his hits while he's breathing fire, and you might not always have the best luck. There we go. He is dead, and timer will end after this results screen, which is now.
GG.
Yep.
GG.
Thank you.
Alrighty, your final time was 43:49.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because of the slowdown, it did make it a little more difficult to get through this. But I thought that was, despite that was pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here and doing your run. It was really interesting to watch. Coming up next is going to be Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, race between Nastani, TFX, Mortal. So thank you everybody.